Hey you, I'm the Queen of Shade. Welcome to the interview. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit my Cash App to support your favorite content creator. Now let's get to the interview. Mwah.
Let me tell you something. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too.
Salutations, Dufos. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming to you with another special presentation, moving full speed ahead, getting to know some very interesting people, some very beautiful people, some very hot men. I am continuing with this journey into conversation and to self-healing and group healing, because as we all watch these conversations, because they're not really interviews, there is no denying that there is a healing that takes place for you, the watcher, as well as me, the host, and my guest, whoever my special guest is. So with having said that, I have another one for you. I have someone you need to meet. This young man is an athlete, and he's living in Atlanta right now, but we're going to find out where he's from and, learn a little bit about him and how he got into athletics and things of that nature. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to LaCarl Hayes.
Oh my God,
All right. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Like I just said, I'm doing really good. This is my 159th interview since November. And you said it, I've been busy. I'm busy and I love it. I was with my primary care physician this morning. He was checking me over, giving me the once over. And my blood work came back and everything. And he's like, you're doing so well. And he said to me, he was like, you get to do something that you enjoy to do, you're passionate about. He's like, you got to keep doing that. I was so encouraged by that. So I came home ready and, had some fried chicken and, and, came right on in here to do what we have to do. So how are you today, mister? What's going on in your world today? Just give us a little synopsis of how your day has been going.
Today has honestly been a laid back day. I knew we had the interview today, so I kind of took it laid back, laid around, watched a little TV. I went to the gym, ate a little good breakfast, but it's been a real nice laid back. The weather's starting to brighten up out here in Atlanta and warm up, so I'm excited about the warm weather. I don't like being cold at all. So I'm so happy that we got some heat coming on.
Yeah, but that Atlanta heat gets crazy though in the summertime.
Bring it.
But you're an athlete, so you're used to being in, and you're a track star. You're a track runner, right?
I am.
I said you're a track star.
Yeah.
Get this. I always tell people that whatever interview that I'm doing leads me to the next interview. So we have someone in common, someone that I adore. He has followed me for, I want to say 6-7 years now. And his name is Jameson. And I actually interviewed him. And I was flipping through his social media because I keep up with the boys, especially the ones that I highly favor. So I keep up with them. And then I saw, I think I saw a picture of you and I liked your dreads. So I was like, okay, let me see what's going on over here. So then I went into your world on your Instagram and I'm like, oh my. And so I was like, okay, I want to talk to him. And the funny thing is, people need to learn technique because these techniques really do work. You didn't know me from a can of, can of spray paint. You're like, who is this one? Talk to me. But because I was able to gently lean on the connection with Jameson, I was able to say to you, hey, I found you through Jameson. And actually I said your best friend. And then you were like, which one? Because I got a couple.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jameson. And you were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then I was like, yeah, I interviewed him and I would love to talk to you. One of your Instagram posts stands out to me.
Okay.
And it was so cute. Like you said, you don't like to wear clothes, but that's okay over here. We love that.
Right.
So you were actually in compression wear. You had on a compression shirt, you had on a compression pair of pants. They were heather gray. And then the over, like the audio over it was like, you see why these people want to fuck me? You see why these people want to fuck me? This is why these people want to fuck me. And I'm like, and mind you, you had on compression pants. So I'm sitting here going, oh, I know why. Oh,
yeah.
I see why, and it was so like, it was, you got your thing going on. You're doing your thing over there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you're a sexy Black man. Yes, you are.
Thank you.
And I love how soft-spoken you are. Like, you're such a gentleman.
I do my best.
Yeah, you're such a gentleman. When you're not saying, you see why they want to fuck me, then you're cool. So tell me, you're in Atlanta now, and I just asked you that briefly. But where were you born and where did you grow up?
I was born in Houston, Texas. So lived in Houston for most of my life. Middle school, high school. I went away for college. I went to school in Kansas.
Okay.
Ran track in Kansas. Got a little homesick. So I decided to come back to Texas, and I finished up school at Texas Southern University. Mm-hmm. So most of my life was in school. Decided to move away to pursue my track career, moving to Atlanta. So I've been here for maybe 3 years now. So that's what's going on now with me.
How is it going? Because what we all need to understand is, people don't understand that the life of an athlete is very disciplined, very regimented, and very routine. So you've got to constantly stay in good running condition. So how is that going for Atlanta? Like, what I'm asking is, does Atlanta have like prospects for people that manage athletes, or is it just because of the weather? Like, what drew you to Atlanta, especially for athletics? Because a lot of people don't understand that, because even I don't. I ran track in high school, 400, open 4, open 8, 4x4, 4x8. Yeah, so I was, so, and I've got legs, but I went and used those legs in Paris to walk around waves. So that was a little different. Yeah. But tell me, like, why Atlanta for track?
So running track in Houston, I went pro in 2014 after college, and I was only getting to a certain point with track and field. You're only as good as your last race. So with running in Houston, I was the fastest in my training camp. There wasn't no one there to challenge me, to push me to a different level. So the reason why I decided to relocate to Atlanta, I did my research. I found out that Atlanta have maybe 3 to 4 athletes who ran the 400 whose times are faster than mine. And I wanted to get around other athletes to motivate myself and push myself to just better myself to get to a faster time in the 400. One of the coaches I came across, his name is Dwight Phillips. He's an Olympic gold medalist in track and field. He's one of the coaches out here. I decided to train with him, and it was going really, really good. Unfortunately, I did not get to make the Olympic team for 2020, 2021 during the pandemic. I went through a lot of injuries. I had a lot of injuries, never experienced injuries until I relocated. And that's a whole different story itself, trying to perform at the best and give your best, and your body is not allowing you to. That's devastating within itself. So that was the reason I moved here. I continue running track. So this would be the first year ever for the last 20 years that I did not compete or even train this year. So I'm kind of on my high boy summer, as they say. So you see on my Instagram page, I'm starting to wear my bikinis and going out more, partying more, traveling more. Like you said, being track and field, you have to be very disciplined. So there's a lot of things I was not able to do. So it kind of kept me safe. But now I'm kind of taking off the clothes, like, let me out, I'm free. I'm free.
Well, it every now and then I suggest for all people, because track and field, it's athletics, but it's also entertainment. People come and they pay money to watch the events, and then they watch them on television, and it's big money in that. And there's a lot of discipline. You're very much like a racehorse. You've got to stay in tip-top condition. And so I was going to say, I definitely encourage some time off, but I want to tell you, don't take too much time off because some people don't go back. And that's the thing. I was offered, scholarship to run in college, but like you said, I had injuries in high school, my knees, and my coach used to always tell me, his name was Mr. Hines, and he would always tell me, you have a gift, you have a gift, you have a gift. You should really pursue this. You should really pursue this. But I got a lot of gifts.
Right.
You
right,
see,
exactly.
I got a lot of gifts. So it was not one that I wanted to continue. Like, I wanted to go to college, and that was my time to let my hair down, to pledge a fraternity, to do all of those things.
Right.
It was short-lived. I had to come out of there, and I was medically withdrawn. But I mean, that was 22 years ago. Today, I'm still doing what I hope, love, dream of ever doing. I have my dream job. So it panned out all right. But, I have such respect for athletes. First of all, because you guys have the best bodies in the world, especially if you're Black. I'm just going to say that, okay? I'm just going to say that because Mama knows the boys. Like, I've showcased and promoted Black and Latin men on an internet platform, whatever it was, since 2003. I show off the boys. So, best bodies and best discipline, because okay, and I'm just going to say this, because a lot of our Black athletes are running to get out of poverty, are running to get, have a better life, or, they have dreams and things like that. And you can turn around and run yourself into a really good life, and yes. And a lot of people don't know that. I did this monologue and I said, for Black people, but especially Black men, but Black people, men especially, we have only a couple ways out of the hood. And that is education, athletics, or entertainment. And that's the thing. If you're not doing one of those three, there is one more: entrepreneurship. Oh, you got to start your own business. But all three of them are kind of like the only thing that the world allows our particular brand or race of people, Black men, to do. So, a lot of us are championing to live and be better. And we have the hood behind us. They're like, yes, you can do it. You can do it. Now, mind you, everybody doesn't come from the hood. So let's just put that out there. Everybody doesn't come from the hood. But Black people in general, Black culture, it is a culture where you're still trying to run yourself into financial wealthiness. Financial independence. And I brought you on here because I just wanted, again, you're a beautiful Black man. I just wanted to praise you. And we're going to talk about more of you because but I want to start off with you knowing this is a conversation. This is to say, thank you for being you. This is to say that I'm new to your social media, but I am definitely a fan. I will definitely be following what you do. I have some boys that I've supported for 15 to 20 years. That I've been following them from every social media platform and uplifting them whenever I could help, and using my platform to get their stories out there. Because I find that, when you're on the track and that gun goes off, you're running, yes, for a spot, and you're running for your time, but people don't know what it really took for you to get there. So that's kind of where I'm going with you. We know what you do. But I want to know, what was home life for you like at growing up, and what was the deciding factor that I'm going to run?
Right. Right. That's a wonderful question. I thank you for taking the time to understand that it's more than just running.
Yeah.
It's more than just showing up on the track and having this body and
Yeah.
winning first place.
Yeah.
People don't understand there's so much that goes underneath that.
Yeah.
And my story is, I feel like my story is unique. I feel like a lot of athletes need to hear about other people, normal people, pro athletes, amateur athletes, collegiate athletes, high school, and so forth. Their story to motivate them so they won't give up on their dreams, even if it's dealing with sports or any other thing in life.
Yeah.
Starting way back, just backing it up from the beginning of my track story, I wasn't allowed to run track in my family. They consider that to be the gay sport. I had to play football, basketball, baseball. I come from a very athletic family, but track was not allowed for me. I tried every sport. I was like maybe 8, 9 years old, 10, trying every sport. I wasn't good at anything. I wasn't good.
Right.
I ran down the field, trying to catch the football. I could not catch.
Right.
The coach would say, he's the fastest down the field, but he cannot catch.
Right.
Basketball, the fastest down the court, can't dribble.
Right.
Baseball, the fastest down the field again, but can't catch the ball or hit the ball.
Right.
So the only sport that the coaches always tell me to do track and field, track and field. My parents or my grandparents' family would not allow it. They say it's the opening sport for gays. He's gonna be gay if he run track and field. So I guess at a young age they already have signs like, okay, well LaCarl may be on the real side of the field, or however that's gonna be. So the coach wound up coming to my home and talking to my auntie and my grandmother. I didn't grow up with my parents, but I'm granny baby.
Yeah.
So
me too.
basically told my grandmother and my auntie that, hey, if you want LaCarl to go to college, if you want him to have a good life, this boy have a talent, he needs to run track. So from that point on, my coach made sure that my family was okay with me running track. He paid for everything, got all my sporting goods I needed, made sure I was at every competition, made sure I passed my classes. He did he took on the role of a father figure and was really there for me to motivate me and give me the courage to run.
Yeah.
I stood out. I stood out completely. I was in 7th grade running, being the fastest in the school, wound up being the fastest in the city, made the newspaper, and had different high schools coming to my house on to recruit me for the high school.
Yeah.
At that point, that's when I realized my family was, oh, LaCarl, he could be someone in track and field. Or this is gonna be the star here, or this is gonna be the one that everybody wants, or he could probably get money here, or whatever the case may be. Pause that story for a second. Home was totally different.
Yeah.
Home, I didn't have, my mother was a drug addict.
Yeah.
My daddy was a pimp.
Mine too.
I didn't have the family support. Nobody cared if I went to school. Nobody cared if we ate or we wore. To them and my family, my mother's name is Faye. I was Faye kid, and I'm the baby of her kid. So at that point in time, my family is done raising her kids. They done. They don't want to raise no more her kids. They look like, hey, this is your responsibility. We don't want to deal with it. So running track was my outlet.
Yeah.
The love and the avoidance and neglection that I received from my family, I took that and got it on the track.
Yeah.
The reward I got from winning, the praise I got from being number one, the praise I got from my teammates not being jealous of me, but admiring me and me just being a good friend and a good teammate to them.
Yeah.
That was my start and my motivation to keep me going on the track. It wasn't always easy, but it's something that I love to do.
Yeah.
It's something that brought me joy, and it's something that I knew was my ticket to a better lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I think when the more I ran outside of family, friends and their families, coaches, college coaches, teachers, classmates, started recognizing that, wanted to know more of my story. And I was a little like skeptical at first of telling people, yeah, my mother is this, my father is this. And every now and then I might not have somewhere to sleep or my family don't want me to feel that way. But the more I open up, the more I've seen how people supported me. You know, my school made sure I had lunch money and made sure I had
Mm.
shoes to run in and had a ride home to practice and made sure that I had tutors to make sure I passed my classes. I had a hard time in school. Um, and that's really became my family. The people outside of school was my family, my supporters, the ones that loved me and told me that, hey, you deserve more out of life. And baby, let me tell you, I ran. I ran all the way through high school, got a full scholarship to Kansas, ran in Kansas all 4 years. And then from there, went pro. So that was my ticket, and I ran with it. And it was hard. I'm not gonna lie and say it was easy. Anything you want is hard, especially if it can only be one person on top.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was challenging.
You know, I knew it. I was saying, I'm going to say something. I was saying to my grandmother today in the car when we were coming back from my primary care physician, because she sees me, I'm always on my phone. My phone is littered with men. I got pictures with them clothed and without them clothed. Like that, like I get, like I'm really that kind of friend. So I have a lot of friends that do like OnlyFans and things like that. So they'll send me pictures and they're like, look at this, does this look appealing, does this look right? So she see my phone is like, she can never pick up my phone randomly because she gonna get a whole lot of stuff in her face. But she was saying to me, she was just like, you really love Black men. And I was like, because no one understands. I was like, Black women, they get out, because statistics said a couple of years ago that Black women were the highest to graduate or had the highest statistic to graduate from college. But what they don't factor in is that Black boys, we are carrying the trauma and the hurt and the pain of our childhoods in our hearts and on our backs.
Mhm.
And I just have such a special place because my mama did drugs for 28 years, 25 years of my life. My father was mentally ill. They both had mental illness, which is why my career in college was cut short because I was diagnosed bipolar 1. I had PTSD from such a terrible childhood. And then I had acute anxiety disorder. So, I graduated in the year 2000. I also entered college in the year 2000 and I wouldn't go home. I remember, sleeping. My grandmother, because my grandmother is a teacher. She has a master's degree. She's a teacher, but unfortunately, in the family, she's the only one that went to college. She's the only one that successfully completed college. So when it was time for me and my 3 siblings to go be raised, grandma, we were dropped on grandma all the time, and grandma was still raising some of her kids. So it was so difficult. And I remember carrying the pain. And Black men, and I'm gonna just say this, we are not allowed to show vulnerability or our emotions, not in a public forum. And that's what kills us, because we remain alive. We come out champions. We're strong because that's just how we are. I mean, that's why we were selected as slaves. We're strong. But the scarring and the pain and the hurt, it stays with us longer than most people would ever think. You see Black women and they go on, but that man is still carrying that because the male spirit is a lot different than the female spirit. And, the shame, the guilt, and the embarrassment of it all is what we carry. But, I'm so glad, LaCarl, that your story is triumphant. I'm so glad that the school, look at that, the school rallied around you. They don't want him as a kid. He's our kid. He's our kid. We'll make sure. Bought your track shoes, and you remember the spikes. I used, they're not cheap. Them shoes,
Yeah.
and then you got to put the spikes in, and
Yeah,
you're racing, and they
exactly.
tell you, it's got to be 2 inches. No, it's got to be 1.5 inches. If you have 2 inches, you're
Mhm.
gonna be disqualified. I remember all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember all of that. And I had the pleasure, I don't know if you did, because being number one, I could see this. So I'm going to ask, did you ever run in the pin relays?
I have.
Okay.
I
See, okay.
have.
It's when I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps when I asked, because when you're number one like that, my school,
Yeah.
I was blessed. I went to a suburban school. So, I was still carrying the hood pain with me, but it was the suburban school that put me in track. And I ran the open 4, the open 8, the 4x4, and the 4x8 in pen relays for 2 years straight.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite an experience. Tell me right there, LaCarl, what was that experience like for you? Because the pen relays, and then I don't know if you knew about it, but I was never allowed because they was very careful with us. But pen relays, they had all kinds of functions and events going on in the city at that time as well. All kinds of Black gay pride parties and everything you could go to. What was your experience being told that you would run in the pen relays? And what did you run in the pen relays, and how often did you run it?
Okay, so my experience within pin relays, the first time I went was, I think, in 2018.
Okay.
I would say 18,
Yeah.
2018. It was a great experience. The crowd, the feedback you get from the audience,
Yeah.
the crowd, the people
Yeah.
in the stand, they do the wave. You have the
Yeah.
Caribbean, you have your Americans, you have
Yeah.
your other foreigners, islands, and countries.
Yep.
It's amazing. It's the food, the cooking, I love the positive energy you get from that. I haven't been to a competition other than like Olympic trials and things like that, for as when the whole stadium is packed.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All the athletes there it's a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
You want to run something good when you get there, because the anxiety and nerves and jitters are all stirred up with emotions, and friends and family going to see you on TV. So it's a great experience. The events I ran there, like yourself, I also was a 400, 800 runner. So with my height, a lot of people think I would run more of a sprint. So I'm like, no, I'm more of a 400, 800 runner.
You got lungs, baby.
For a while.
You got lungs, baby. You got lungs.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the events I ran, and training for the 400 and 800 is insane itself.
Yes.
Lord.
Oh my God. That's why I was like, I'm not doing this in college. I'm not doing this.
Yeah. But sad to say, honestly, when me like my second year of going pro, it seemed like track stopped becoming fun.
Oh.
It's like they start snatching the fun out of it. It was about
a job.
Yeah, you got bills to pay now.
Yeah.
You got contracts now, you have to perform at a certain level or you don't get to renew your contract.
Right.
You got bills to pay at home. If you don't win first place, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
So now you're not running just for fun, you're actually running for a job. You're running to take care of yourself and take care of your family and making sure you can have a contract for the next following season and things like that.
Yeah.
So the fun kind of started getting taken away from it, but it comes with it as you go pro.
Yeah, Trina Braxton has this word that she always uses. She says it's the fun snatchers. So shout out to Trina Braxton for saying that. I just had to use that very quickly. But you're right. So explain to us what going pro looks like. Like, where did you have to sign up? Like, because a lot of us never went pro, so we don't know. And surprisingly, a lot of us like sports a lot. So we like to keep up with things. The only reason I kept up with football was because I was dating that type of man. I dated the football players. So that's the only reason I kept up with football. But I just wanted to make sure he wasn't getting hurt. That was it. Because you're out there and you just hear the collision of the bodies, and I'm just like, oh my God, he's gonna die. Like that was always and then he was DL, so I couldn't just be like, don't hurt my baby, don't hurt my baby. So I couldn't do that. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, oh my God, please don't let him get injured. Please don't let him get injured. Oh
Please.
God, yeah. So what did you like when you say, okay, I'm going pro, did you have to report somewhere? Like, what does that look like?
So basically going pro is you have a standard. Let's say in the 400, since you know
Mhm,
about the 400.
mhm.
Let's say if for a men's 400 for a certain country or island, um, they have a standard time.
Yeah,
Let's say it's 45 seconds to run for an island.
yeah,
Once you hit that 45 seconds, maybe 2 or 3 times,
yeah.
then they say that the federation or the president of the federation for track and field or whatever sport will reach out to you and say, hey, would you like to represent this country or this island at the next competition?
Wow.
So that's what it is for as going pro when you get to represent something more than yourself.
Right,
Or just are on a backhand if you start receiving any type of forms of payment.
right.
That's what going pro is.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so like that is something. No, because that was one thing. Like, oh, this is what people need to understand. Because I used to hear this in college. Oh, these Black athletes, they're so spoiled. They're so this. They're so that. And it's not true. Like, yes, I used to be mad because I was working my work study job, trying to make ends meet. And I'd walk him to the student complex and he's picking up a $200 to $300 check every week
Right.
for being him, for being him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm over here slaving, and just because you got this body and these legs and you running around, I'm massaging your back, I'm massaging your legs, you showing me your broken hand. Like, what the hell? But no, but like it's just that is just God, sports. I do to this day. I love sports, and track and field is something that is very near and dear to me. I would never try to run now because I'll be 40 in September, and I got to keep these knees together so I can perform in Europe. I got to do what I got to do now because I'm a recording artist. I do a lot now. So listen, I don't want to re-injure myself the way I used to when I was younger, because these little knees used to swell up. Like they used to swell, like it would be bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we never understood that. But I'm so thankful that you were able to compete and finish, like the college experience. Because but I do know that those college athletes, so just like going pro, y'all live, sleep, eat your sport. And it's just like there's no time for anything. And because it's kind of like I was saying about recording yesterday, when you sign with a record label, they're gonna work your ass.
Oh yeah.
You not like you need to understand they're gonna get from you every possible thing that they can. And and then God forbid, and this is the thing, the only downside about entertainment, athletics, education is not so much, but if you get hurt, if you get hurt, like, and that's what I tell my nephew, because my nephew, he's athletic, he lifts and stuff like that and plays a lot of sports, but he's 21, so he's more so doing it for himself now. But he's working these jobs where he wants to stay in shape, so it's heavy lifting and things like that. And I tell him that's all fine and good, but you have to have a backup plan if you get hurt.
Right.
And nobody wants to hear that. But it happens. And more than not, it happens. So, I'm just so glad that you were able to run yourself into a college degree. What's your degree? What's your degree in?
Kinesiology.
Kinesiology. So you studied the body so that you could be a personal trainer and do those things.
I do.
Sports medicine and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I know.
I used to have to explain to people what kinesiology is.
Now, what I tell you, the men that she plays with, no, they're athletes. So no, I know exactly what's going on. So that's why I said, oh, okay, sports medicine, So I'm glad. Now, with your degree in kinesiology, what are some of the things, like, give me like the top 3 things you would like to do with that degree? Like, be on a pro team where you work out, do physical therapy for a pro team, or what does it look like for you? Because right now you're still pro, so maybe it's just to run pro.
That's true. So with that degree, with the study of the body and the movement,
Yeah.
I actually started a business. Just got my LLC out here in Georgia. Just got my massage license as well out here. So I'm starting a massage therapy business called IMTM. I also have my website already up, bought the domain for the year, got my Instagram page going. So I'm still in the beginning process. Been like 2 or 3 months doing it. So we building right now, but it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good.
So proud of you.
So
Keep talking. I'm so proud of you.
thank you, thank you, thank you. So with the IMTM, it stands for It's More Than Me.
Yeah.
Um, I came up with that name just because as an athlete, it was time like we discussed a few minutes ago. There's times where I was like just down and out, like just
Yes.
I'm tired of running.
Yes.
I'm not getting no faster. My
Yeah.
body hurt, my mind hurt. I'm
Yes.
tired of being disciplined. I want to go party.
Yes.
Or whatever. And it was times where no matter how I felt, I had to put on the show. The show must continue.
Yeah.
So IMTM is more than me. It's gonna be. I'm looking at it to be a reminder for people
Yeah.
when life gets hard or times get hard or whatever it is. Find something that's more than you,
Yeah.
that's greater than you, to
Yeah.
pick you up and keep you going.
Yes.
So that's the core of the business. I just kind of, I'm figuring out, trying to figure out how to get it out there, trying to get the words together, play along with it.
Yeah.
But that's what's going on right now.
You know what? And you got so many Black athletes that live in Atlanta. So you got to get in and massage them knees,
Yeah.
them arms and them joints,
Yeah.
because they pay.
It's important. It's
Yeah.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll also make sure that your business, they pay well,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you got to make sure, and that's the thing, like, people don't understand having an actual degree in kinesiology is going to make you go so far. Because it's like, oh, okay, well, you studied this. Yeah, I studied this.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the joints, and this is how it works, and this is how the movement, and you got to make sure
Yeah.
I remember tracking it, that they're even in high school, we had them, and they moving your leg this way, and they moving your leg that way, and they stretching you out, and then they icing it and wrapping, tourniquets around it, and ice baths, and it's a lot, but
it's a lot.
It is a lot, but you know what? I live for it. I live for it. It's not, I don't know what it is, but it's almost tribal, even for me, because I'm not trans, I'm transvestite. I've been wearing dresses and things since I was 8 years old. So I very much so, like, I call myself she and he because I'm two-spirited, but I come out of this and I got a bald head, and it's just, I'm very much me, but I love sports. I love sports. Baseball, not so much. Basketball, yes. Football, yes. Track and field, yes. Because I'm just going to be honest, Black men dominate in all three of those sports.
Yeah.
All three. They dominate. So it's so beautiful to watch, because it's like being back in like Roman and Greek times and watching the gladiators. Heat, that's a huge, and the testosterone, it's everywhere. Like, I love that. I miss that, because I was a part of that, even though all the boys looked at me as being special. I was still a part of that. I was included. So, and oh God, the hardest thing I remember, because 8th grade was when it really hit me that I was gay. I knew all my life, but 8th grade, it hit me because one of my classmates, he was Greek, and he came back to school, the beginning of school, later than usual. And I was in algebra, and I'll never forget when he walked in, and we had all gone through puberty. So we were all walking in with our change. Me, not so much. My voice didn't change. But I'm seeing the guys, and they're starting to get Adam's apples and more, muscular and fill out. They're not these string beans anymore. And he walked in, and it was over for me. I just said, yeah, it was over. It was over. But the point of that was that, being a gladiator, watching that competition, being around that camaraderie, hearing, like you said, people cheer for you, having other teams shake your hand like you're good, like that. It's a family. It's a family. It's the same way in football. It's the same way in baseball. It's the same way in basketball. Same way in tennis. Like, it's a family, and it is really like, what I love is that all of you are there for the same reason. So it's
Right.
family, because you guys all have. There was one, and I'm going to say his name, but there was one football player here in Philadelphia whom I adored, and I was working in retail at that time, and I worked at a men's clothing store, and it sold suits and things, and he would come in and get suits and stuff, and I never dressed him, but like I was on the floor because I was management, so the salespeople dressed him. But I was standing there one day, and he walked over to me and said hello, and I didn't have a clue who he was, but I knew he was something because the diamonds in his ears were fucking bricks.
Oh,
They were,
wow.
yeah, they were bricks. So I'm like, okay. So I'm standing there. He's like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, hey, how are you? And he's like, I'm good. And he laughed because he knew I didn't know who he was.
Right.
So he continued the conversation and not telling me. And he gets on the phone and he's like, y'all gotta stop this. The bill is $6,000. Like, y'all gotta stop this. And I'm like, what did he buy? And everybody, and the crazy, all the salespeople are looking at me because they want this sale, but I'm management, so they can't take it from me. So I'm standing there, and he asked for me to help him. So I said to him, I said, oh, you're having troubles? He said, yes, my damn family, they running up the bills. And I'm like, what bill? He was like, my cell phone bill. I'm like, you have a $6,000 cell phone bill? Right. He was like, every month. I'm like, God, you have everybody on it. But that's what people don't understand. Like, these athletes, they're supporting their whole family. Yeah. And get this, not just them, the guys that graduate from college and entertainers. Like, I am literally the breadwinner now. My grandmother was, and now it has passed to me. But thank God I only have to worry about her and my 2 nephews and my cat. Because everybody else, I done told them to take a couple steps, 3 steps back, turn the corner, about face. No. But his name was Lito Shepherd. And what was so crazy was he was standing there, and I forget the other guy he was with, but they were friends. The other guy was from Texas. He played for a team in Texas, but he was in Philadelphia at the King of Prussia Mall. Right. Together. They're just hanging out, buying things. And and he talked to, and it was so crazy because I was standing there, and I had twists at that time. My hair was growing, my hair was long before I cut it all off. And I had blonde on the ends of it. And I'm standing there in my little Armani Exchange, red sweater, tight fitting, my little slacks, I was a model. So, I've always done this. I'll be 40 in September. So we turn around, and I'm standing there, and he's just like, you're going to make it one day. And I'm like, and I looked at him, and he's like, what are your dreams? And I told him, I was just like, I can sing, but I wasn't really pushing that. I was like, I'm a model. That's what I really want to do. And I want to go overseas and model. And he was like, you're going to do it. And I did it. I did. That's awesome. That's awesome. But he saw that in me. He saw it in me. And he was the nicest man. There was no shady dealings. No, Lito Shepherd is not gay. No, Lito Shepherd is not on the DL. I got to say all of that stuff, No, he just was a very kind Black man that spoke some words of encouragement into my life. And I remembered them. So, but I said all of that to say, athletes, entertainers, everybody, you guys are the champions of your family. Now I'm going to ask you, do you still have your grandmother and your aunt? Are they still with us?
No, my grandmother recently passed away in 2019.
Oh, my condolences.
And that was my last heartbreak right there.
Yeah.
I lost my grandmother. That was just me.
Yeah. How have you been dealing with that? Since I usually don't stay there, but I just want to make sure your headspace is okay. How have you been dealing with that?
I got a puppy.
Okay. Yeah.
I got a puppy now.
Right.
It's been up and down. I think February is the most emotional month for me.
Yeah.
My grandmother and my mother's birthday in February.
Right.
Plus Valentine's Day. So once we get past February, I'll be good for the rest of the year.
Yeah, but I want you to know something too. I do a lot of shaman work. I'm spooky. So just know that when she crossed over, she became your guardian. She became your ancestor. And this is the thing. When you're alone by yourself, you'll hear her voice. Right. And she'll still be speaking to you and guiding your life. Just to let you know, I'm not going to make you cry or nothing like that. It ain't like that. No, but she's your guardian now. She will advise you. She will help you make very difficult decisions in your life, and that's always a plus.
Right.
So fast forward, how in the world did you meet Mr. Bahamas himself, Jameson?
Oh,
How'd you meet Jameson? Because y'all were in the gym. This was the thing. Y'all were in the gym, and you just so happened to pan the camera to him, and I was like, "That's Jameson."
yeah.
And that's when I reached out. So how did you meet him?
Oh my God.
He's the bestie. So
Jameson.
yes,
He's
yes,
like, I
yes.
can imagine him watching this right now. Like, you better not think that's crazy.
Right, right.
I can imagine him.
Yeah.
I love me some Jameson. I
Yeah.
love me some Jameson. Not in love, but like that's how hard.
Yeah,
We've been
I love
friends
it.
for like
I love it. Yeah.
10 plus years.
Wow.
I met him on the track.
Yeah, because he ran.
Yeah, I met him on the track. We was competing against each other. We was rivals in the 400 meters. Sometimes he'll beat me.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll beat him.
Wow.
I don't have a lot of gay friends.
Right.
For some reason, me and the gay community, we don't get along.
You're an
I do
athlete.
not get along with a lot of people.
You're an athlete. I don't get along with a lot of them either. I'm the queen of shade, but I don't. The gay community and I.
Yeah.
I hang around with men. Like we're all men, but I tend to hang around with men that are gay for pay or straight.
Yeah.
And I don't want them. It's not because I want them. It's just because it's just easier.
It clicks better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been friends for a very long time. We compete against each other. Don't have many gay friends, so it was kind of rare that I found someone that lives in Houston, that's gay, and also run track. So yeah. I'm like, oh my God, I have someone I can go out with.
Yeah.
To understand that, hey, we can't get into those problems because we got practice this day.
Right.
We got to go to school. We got to do all these things. So we just developed a really good friendship, and we've been friends ever since then. I laugh every time somebody brings his name up because we've been through so much up, down, arguments, not talking, and hanging out. He's been very supportive. He's been to my mother's funeral, my grandmother's funeral. I met his parents. That's like a brother from another mother at this time.
Yeah.
So Mr. Jameson, he's crazy. I love him down.
Yeah, he crazy, but I love him. Yeah. Don't watch the interview I did with him because it was a crazy night. I'm all making passes at him, and then you hear just in my house, because they're not here anymore, but my family just erupted, started cussing and fighting. It was crazy.
Oh wow.
And I'm looking at him and he's like, "Are you gonna stop this? Are you gonna stop recording?" And I was like, "Hell no." And so it's all in now everybody gonna go listen to that. Because literally, and then my nephew tries to get in the door and I have this big standalone mirror and it falls over and I'm holding the mirror like, no, I'm working. Yeah, but he's a sweetheart. I've known him for about 6 years now, and he's an amazing man. I like him a lot. He's really, and then then both of y'all gorgeous. So that is that always goes over easier with me. You know, it's like, oh, they're black men. Like I tell people, like, if y'all can have whatever y'all like, but black and Latin, I need black and Latin. That's what I need. That's what I need. Yeah. So it's so funny. So, okay. So you're taking some time off right now. When are you, and you started a business, so are you going to focus more on your business, or are you going to return still to, because I know you could probably do both, to pro athletics? Like, what are you going to do? What's the game plan?
Well, I definitely still want to focus on my business. Even if I do decide to run next year, I still want to put my business up front because I've been running for way too long. I feel like I gave track a lot of attention in the last 20 years. So if I do decide to run this year, I'm still gonna put my business first, but I take track serious. Yeah. And if I do run, it would be for like the next 2 or 3 years after next Olympics in Paris. Yeah. And after that, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to see the track no more. I'm done. After that, I'm really tired. Like I'm really, really tired of running. I do want to get to this Olympics so I can cross it off the bucket list. Yeah. Well, so once I do that, then I'm done with running. I was gonna say you'll do it. You'll do it.
Yeah, you gotta, like, it's the last thing on the list.
That's the last thing. I done done it all for it on the track wise, but
Yeah.
I just want to get to this Olympics so I can like, finally. Now I can just put the fights away.
Right, right. Put the spice
Yeah,
away, right? So
yeah.
tell me, how are you getting out the word of mouth or the promotion about your business?
Well, within track and field, I know a lot of people, so they keep me busy already.
The
Like
network.
the training camps I've been a part of. Like I told you, the coach out here, the White Phillip, is the Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
So by him knowing me, he's sending people my way every single day. So it's good. It's pretty good right now. I have the website. I have chorus made. I'm gonna do a commercial maybe in the next month or two.
Yeah.
So it's getting out there. I don't want to overwhelm myself right
Right.
now, especially with no help. I'm doing it all on my own. So
Yeah.
I want to make sure that even though I'm running the business, I want to take time and keep time for myself as well.
Yeah. Well, get
So,
this. I'm running the Queen. The Queen of Shade is actually a brand. It's my trademark. The name of my entertainment company is the Queen of Shade Entertainment LLC. I'm running it all by myself with my grandmother in the back as a silent partner, but not so silent. Yeah, not so silent. Got a word about everything, and I listen. Oh yeah,
right.
I listen. So, but yeah, I'm doing it all by myself. Someone asked me last night after I turned off the camera and we stopped recording, how do you get your stuff so polished? Is there a book I can read? And I was like, and I had to think about it. And then I'm like, I'm self-taught.
Yeah.
And she was just like, your business acumen is so advanced. And I'm like, well, yeah, I do the jobs of an entire boardroom full of people. I do it all on myself. And the thing is, I love to do it, and I'm going to keep on doing it that way. You know,
Yeah.
I'll hire staff. If it gets too overwhelming, I'll hire staff, but not too many people because I don't like a lot of people around me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like
I'm a people person, but I like to get in and get out.
Yeah, me
Like,
too.
okay, I have enough. Bye, y'all. I'm done.
But you know what that is? That's that discipline. I don't need to stay all night. We don't need to
Right.
take all night to get done what we need. In and out. I got it.
Yeah.
Did you get yours? I got mine. Ooh, that's also how I am in other things. Did you get yours? I got mine now. Yeah, I got mine. Like, it's so funny
Hey.
because I know, right? That's so bad to say, but I've been celibate for 10 years because I was a little too out there before. But now, as I prepare my 40th birthday, I'm not going to break my celibacy anytime soon. But when I do, that's why I interview a lot of men, because I'm finding out who's escorts and who's not, because I need men that know what to do, when to do it, and to move out my way so I can run my business and my empire.
Right.
So I'm a weird one. I'm not even gonna get into all that. I'm a weird one. But I love being me, you know, like I love being me because then you're sitting here and you're talking to me and you hear it, and I'm not all up in the clouds. I'm talking to you and not at you, you know,
right.
You know, so it is what it is. You got to take the good and the smut.
Take all of it.
You gotta take it all. So it's like, hey, we love you, Queen, but you're a little smutty. That's all right. That's all right. So tell me, okay, so you said he's sending you a lot of people, a lot of clients. That is so good, so good,
Yeah.
so good. So how is the scene as far as because you said you're taking time off. What are you doing? Okay, because you're building a business. What are you doing for recreation? Are you voyaging out? Are you drinking? Are you, you know?
I am.
He said, I am.
Y'all watching this out here in Atlanta,
Yeah.
let me know where the party at.
Yeah.
I'm a party person. I love to dance.
Yeah, me too.
I love to have fun. But I never could do it because I always ran track.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I can't do it. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta rest my legs. I can't drink, can't do the hookah, can't do anything.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying to squeeze the last 3 years in Atlanta into one summer. So
yeah.
I'm turning up, I'm partying, I'm out. I'm outside.
That's what I love. And because that's what, the legendary Wendy Williams was giving this example. And she talked about for young entertainers, young stars, young athletes, even those in education, we devote our lives to what we do so much that we miss out so much. So when we get, and that's usually why it's so big, because when we get a chance to rest, we blow it. We go through the roof.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like what I did, even with the guys, even with seeing guys. It was like I one summer, it was like 80 men. It was like 80 men. Yeah, it was a lot. But but listen, I was protected, and most people don't. They know this because I'm very open. I'm a blouse, so I'm the one that was the top, and so with me, I didn't have to rest as much. I didn't have to soak as much.
Right.
Dust it all, jump in the shower, take the next one, dust it all, jump in the shower. So yeah, I didn't have to. Ooh, girl, Epsom salt and all that other stuff. I had to do all that. So it was easier for me to stick and move. Yeah, but I am glad that you are enjoying the time off and the experience with now being able, like I was saying, because Wendy said, you don't get lives. You're so dedicated to the craft that you have to pay attention. Even with what I do as the Queen of Shade, I've been chained to this desk for 6 years straight. I don't go out, I don't party, I don't do any, it's this work. But the thing is, I love to do it. And I know that, turning 40, I had a late start in life because of mental illness and things like that. So I've got to go at least till 60. But even in there, I know that I'll be able to have moments where I don't have to do so much, and I can kind of let my hair down, my natural hair. I ain't got no hair, I'm bald. But just kind of relax and have fun and things like that. But with me, I'm about my bag. So I'm like, I got it, because this is the thing. Like, I started so late. Like, I started at 19, but I didn't make headway until the last 6, 7, 8 years, So it's like, I need to really secure my bag, and I need to secure that long bag. That long money. So that's why I'm always creating. I'm an international recording artist. I'm a mezzo soprano. So I've got music out, and, I'm always writing albums and music and things like that. I just got to make sure everything is there, so that when I do step away, I don't have to do nothing but pick up that phone or look at my computer and monitor everything and go on about my business. So I feel like that's happening. I feel like it's already there with that, because I've had 6 years and I've gotten this down to a science. But the thing is, the money, like this money is getting ready to like flood in here. I'm getting a lot of offers to do things out of the country, in the country. So I got to make sure, because one role or one speaking engagement is not going to make me a millionaire.
Right.
So I've got to keep my head in the game, and I want things. One of my buddies asked me the other night, what's my dream? And I said, to return to Paris and to buy my chateau. And that's $4.5 million. And then I want to go and have a second home in Lisbon, which is Portugal, right near Spain. And I'm like, then I got to have something in Philadelphia, to, keep my business headquarters and things like that. So he was like, he said, but he said to me, he's like, but you on your goddamn way. I said, yeah, because I've been working, and that's why I understand what you're talking about, because we give so much. We give so much to the craft and to the actual building of it. So that's why that's why people look at me. I look at people like they're crazy when they say black men are lazy. I'm like, what black men? Where? Where? I don't know. And they're like, but you don't know. No, I don't know. Not one lazy black man.
Right.
Because even if he don't have a legitimate job, he running that corner. He's selling that weed. I'm like, lazy black man, where? Because need will force you to get your ass up and do something.
It will.
Quick. Need. Lack, that will put a fire under a black man quick. And to not want to have to ask his mama, he will go do whatever he got to do. So that is what it is. So fast forwarding, what's your favorite drink? Because you said you were drinking. So what's your favorite? What do you go to?
Probably mimosa.
You keeping it champagne and orange juice. You keeping it light. I thought you were going to say Patron. I thought you were going to say Patron. I thought you were going to say Douce. I thought you were going to say Sky Vodka, Kettle One. You like, no, just the champagne. Oh, see? Get it?
No.
You can't get it.
If I do anything strong, it's going to be like a Henny and Coke.
Okay.
All right.
But
Yeah.
but Henny and Coke, like Henny is still so much quality to it.
Yeah.
It has so much quality, so you're not putting junk in your body.
Right.
Get this, I don't think you'll ever get away from your athleticism.
I don't think so either.
It's in your
It's
head. It's
Yeah.
in your head. You're programmed. You like, nah, I ain't gonna overdo it. I ain't gonna overdo
Right.
it. I need my liver. I need my, I need this to work. I need my lungs. I need this,
Yeah.
So
Now,
yeah, I don't
on
think
certain nights, I don't mind. Like on
Yeah.
birthdays or
Yeah.
holidays, now
Yeah.
I would be towed up, bro.
I feel, but you know what's so funny? Southern men always say they tore up, but when you guys get tore up, and this is one thing, because like I said, men, and a lot of them have been Southern because I'm a Northerner.
Yeah.
So North and South, we go good together. A lot of you guys get tore up, but then y'all get real reserved, real low. Y'all be tore up, but y'all don't cause no trouble.
No trouble. I don't cause trouble at all.
Yeah, like you guys, your version of tore up is not dancing on tables and yeah.
Not anymore.
He said not anymore.
Not anymore. I grew up out of that phase, but that was me. Like that was me. Like
yeah.
Like I really grew up around dancers, entertainers, female strippers, exotic dancers, whatever they want to call it right now. That was me. Yeah. I was out there with them shaking their ass. Yeah.
Well, you did say you like to dance.
I love dance.
You did say you like to dance. Yeah, you did say you like to dance. So, Mister, this Instagram of yours, when you gonna update it? I said, when you gonna update it?
What do you mean update it?
Put some more content on here.
I'm really trying to do better with content. What type of content should I even post on there? I know, but
let me see. When's the last time you posted? Okay, it's not that bad. I thought it was worse than that because I was looking.
So how often should I post on Instagram?
Well, to really affect the algorithm, you need at least one post a day. And during peak hours. Like me, I was posting 15 posts a day, but you ain't got to do that. I told you I'm crazy.
I need to work on it.
Like, but get it. Remember that anything can be content. If you have a Twitter and you say something profound on Twitter, you can screenshot that and put that on your page as well. Right. But I see, like, I'm just looking at your engagement. You get the most engagement when you show yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you show yourself, you get the most engagement. At least listen, and you may be partying, but honey, you keeping that body. You keeping that body. Thank you for doing us all a favor. You keeping that body.
To keep the body.
Yes, keep the body. Don't, keep the body.
Yes,
no, keep the body. Yeah, don't lose the body. Yeah.
I don't want to lose that.
No. So I have had a lot of fun. So let's see. Let's wrap up here. Let me see before I give you my two final questions. Okay. So you're in Atlanta. Jameson is in Texas.
Yeah.
When y'all gonna see each other?
We see each other almost every other month. Like he always fly to Atlanta.
Yep.
I'm always flying to Houston. I love to travel and visit all my friends. I will go any and everywhere. I'm ready. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah, so tell me,
in the last, because I know because of COVID put a damper on everything. So tell me, where's the last place you have been? I could see it, it's on your thing, but anyway, please tell me, where's the last place you have been outside of the country?
Oh, I guess you can say Mexico. Mexico City.
Mexico City.
Yeah, I had my homegirl went there, had a good time.
COVID grounded me. Yeah. I wasn't going anywhere. Like I was high. We hid in this house and still got it because my nephew came home one day and it was an outbreak at his job and he brought it to us, him and his girlfriend. But I thought we was gonna die, but we had already had our shots and things like that. Yeah. But it was still so excruciating. I was like, oh my God, that last night before it broke, the headache and the pounding. And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through the night. Like it was just that bad. But
Wow.
yeah, it was that bad. But my grandmother, she'll be 75 in October. I'm 40 in September. I was really worried about her because I'm just like, but she pulled through it. She pulled through it tough. But now I tell my nephew, you can't come over here. Because we work from home. We work from home. Her, I, the cat, we in here together. Like, leave us alone. Don't come visit. We don't need you to visit. We saw you for 21 years. We saw you for 21 years. Don't come back. Don't come and visit. No, but he has keys. I'm one of those kind of parents. He's my nephew, but it's like I'm his parents. So I'm like, yeah, he got keys, and that's how he get in. But like, I'd be like, I look at him. I'm just like last night he came. No, today he came in, and I just looked at him like, and walked back upstairs, and he just laughed. I'm just like, no, I have a spot for all boys. I do, because I am a boy. So I promote what I am. You know, I have done interviews with girls, but the boys are the ones I love to interview. It's the boys, the hot boys. Like, yes, it's the boys. So anyway, thank you for taking this opportunity to just give me a little chat. I hope that you will save my number and use it. I'm a big text junkie, so you can text me, hey Queen, what's going on? What you doing? You know. So with that being said, give me 3 words, and I know you have them because of your discipline and all that you've done. Give me 3 words that inspire and empower you.
Love, freedom, and peace.
Yep. All 3 very good words. Now tell everybody where they can find you on social media. Okay, so my main social media is going to be Instagram. It's the #1 track LA. First and last name on Twitter and Facebook, LaCarl Hayes. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put it all underneath the video, so they'll see it. So I enjoyed you. You have a very cool vibe. Oh, you're very, it's really cool. I love it. No, this is just me being married to myself. This is this is that 10 years of celibacy. That's what that is. So right, I got you. How does that go? 10 years. Honestly, easy. And I still watch porn. Like I still watch porn. But you know what the thing is? I'm a little at this point. Okay, let me be honest. I need people, and because I'm really not monogamous. I'm not that, you know, I'm a celebrity, you know, so I'm not monogamous. I want the only thing better than some new booty. I mean, some booty is some new booty. So but yeah, so in all honesty, I just but I don't want to die. You know, you gotta be so careful. Like, you gotta be so careful. Like, it's not just HIV now. It's chlamydia. It's gonorrhea. It's herpes. It's syphilis. It's flesh-eating bacteria that changes the coloration around your dick. And like, you know, like it's so many different things out here that. And you know what it was? Like, I'm glad that I said that, because I went from having nothing to lose to having everything to lose. As a business owner, as a successful entrepreneur, as a successful entertainer, I'm like, even though I like my variety, I'm like, I don't want to touch nothing, because I can't afford. I can't afford to sneeze. I can't afford to cough. Because again, in entertainment, this works as long as I stay healthy. Don't let something happen to me and I get sick. So I'm in the same boat, which is why I'm just like, let me work and build this bag so that I can step away and do this and do that. And yeah, so really it's been going quite well. I mean, I've interviewed most of the porn stars. Yeah, if you go back and look, I'm friends with all of them. So yeah, some of them escort, and you know, so I live vicariously through their stories. And you know, it's just like, yeah, I'm not, that's what people say, oh, you're going to break it for your 40th. I'm not ready. I'm just not, because there's so much to lose. And we as Black men, there are a lot of Black men that walk around like they have nothing to lose, but they do. They have their freedom, their sanity, their life, their future, you know, their family, their children. There's a lot to lose. And I need people like that, because there was a movie called Hush with one of my favorite actresses in the whole world, Jessica Lange. And the mother was talking about breeding horses because that was the family business. They were very wealthy and they bred horses. And she said, it takes one handler to finesse the stallion, then another handler to finesse the mare. We gotta have handlers in this shit. We just can't come together and do this shit all great. Like, no, I need doctors on site. I need tests available right there. I need swabs. And honestly, people laugh at me when I say that, but I'm dead ass serious.
No, for real. Yeah, I'm
dead ass serious. But then with me, it just makes it even more passionate because after we pass all the checkpoints, then I'll tear him apart. He won't be upset about the checkpoint. None of them will. I will. Yeah. And the boys, they like to be ripped apart. So yeah, rip them apart. So give them what they need.
I understand. Hey, you have to give them what they need.
Yeah, give them what they need. I'm just not ready though. I'm in retirement right now. I'm a sleeping dragon.
Yeah,
I'm a sleeping dragon. But thank you so much for doing this today. I enjoyed you, and don't be a stranger. I want to hear about your business. I want to keep in touch with you because I keep in touch with Jameson. So now I got two of y'all. So I'm like, all right. So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. I work a lot, but if you text me, I text back because it's right there. I can see it, So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of this sexy man here. You wait till you see the thumbnail that I'm going to use of him, LaCarl. Say goodbye to the people, but don't go anywhere.
Bye.
So did you enjoy? I hope you did. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to cash at me at the Queen of Shade. I am your favorite content creator, right? Right. You want to see more of this content, right? Right. Cash at me. I love you. Mwah.
I've got my black stilettos on.